Good Tuesday morning, folks. It's NTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Shear. Weather has arrived across Newfoundland over the last several hours, if not going back to last night. As we take a look at the current road conditions across Newfoundland, you can see the Burgeo Highway is closed this morning. That's what it looks like as of 6:55 in Harbor Breton. Very snowy. Travel advisories for the Bay d'Espoir Highway down along the Canagra Peninsula. Travel advisories on the Burin Peninsula. Lots of slick and snow-covered roads. That's what either white or yellow represents. On the Avalon, as of the last report, roads were in decent conditions, but as we can see, it is snowing now in the Heart's Content Barrens. It is snowing at Salmonier Line, and it looks like the snow has commenced around Foxtrap. And as I peer out the window, it's just getting going here in Torbay. Looking at a couple of other roadways, it does look like, cats at the door, of course. It does look like Trout River Road is closed, and then Route 430 on the Northern Peninsula Highway is also closed this morning due to snowy conditions. Now, travel conditions along the southwest coast are beginning to improve as the snow there is winding down, and travel conditions will improve from southwest to northeast and eventually north across the island as we go throughout today. Now, we'll take a look at the satellite and radar, or excuse me, this is just the radar picture from across the island. Going back to 7 o'clock this morning, let's see if I can play it for you that way. And as you can see there, the snow is moving up from southwest to northeast. Heavy stuff now is about to work across the Avalon and Burin Peninsulas, and we're going to be in this for a few hours. In fact, as we take a look at the impact timeline for the St. John's metro region and the Avalon Peninsula in general, what you can see is the snow moves in now, gets heavy by 9-10 o'clock, and it begins to relax after 12 or 1, after roughly 15 centimeters or so of snow from our impending area of low pressure, and then potentially a bit more snow coming in this evening. The snow may end as a bit of drizzle, which is why I have some rain there for low impact by 1-2 o'clock. Shouldn't be enough to really impact your snow clearing, but I think we will see a little bit of drizzle, and in combination with the heavy snowfall, we are going to be seeing winds gusting as high as 70 to 80 or 90 kilometers per hour. So it will be quite stormy out there as we go throughout a good chunk of the morning. And this is all from our area of low pressure currently moving in. Let's see if I can pull that up. And you can see that pretty good here on the satellite and radar shot. There's the snow moving in across most of Newfoundland. We're also seeing snow falling across much of Labrador as well this morning. And as I pull up the road conditions across the Big Land, we can actually see that Route 510 Southern Labrador Highway is closed due to poor visibility. Other areas aren't looking too bad, but most of the highways across Labrador, as I back out the view, are slippery and snow covered this morning, so certainly keep that in mind. As far as the current alerts go, we have a winter storm warning in effect for most of Newfoundland and Southern Labrador. Blizzard warning for Burgeo Ramia. The blizzard warning for Port aux Basques has been ended, as it looks like that area is now out of the heaviest snow, and I do suspect these alerts will be scaled back from southwest to northeast and eventually north as we go throughout the day. Labrador, Red Bay to Lança-Claire, Norman Bay to Lodge Bay under a winter storm warning, and as we head farther north and west across Labrador, we're either under a snowfall warning or a blowing snow advisory. So kind of a rare morning where most of Newfoundland and Labrador is under some kind of weather alert, and generally it's all wintry. Typically when we see systems like this, it's not overly wintry. We generally have some messy weather moving into the island. Now, speaking of messy weather, we can actually pull up the radar here. And as you can see here, the snow is working its way into eastern Newfoundland as we speak this morning. I'll back the view out for you. And as I pull up the reflectivity, so reflectivity is a measure of the intensity of the precipitation, and where you can see the greens and yellows, that indicates very heavy snowfall. So whilst in the metro right now the snow is rather light, the heavier snow is not that far away, moving this way rather quickly. So I would say within the next hour or so, travel conditions are really going to begin to go downhill across the northeast Avalon, much like they are across the eastern part of Newfoundland and the southwest Avalon at the moment. We can actually take a look at the west coast radar as well. And as you can see here, it does look like it is snowing on the northern peninsula and through much of central, and it looks like it's still snowing in Corner Brook and the west coast, although kind of hard to see with this look right there. But as we take a closer look, it looks like the snow might not be overly heavy in Corner Brook, but it is snowing in Deer Lake and Halley. The west coast radar needs an upgrade badly, so it's kind of hard to always see what's going on over there. But essentially, we are seeing snow across much of the island this morning, and it's also up into Labrador. And as we go to Futurecast, it'll actually show us that much better. So as we go back to the beginning here, as you can see, there's a snow across much of the province this morning. And as we go into 9-10 o'clock, this is 9:30, we're seeing heavy snow and high winds across eastern, northeastern Newfoundland, snow winding down across the west coast, still snowing in Labrador. And then as we go throughout midday, it's still snowing on the Avalon, still snowing through central. It's as we get to 3-4 o'clock that heavy snow band begins to lift north. Most of what we're going to see is done with by then. The winds really begin to calm down as well. On the northern Penn, it's still snowing and blowing as we go into 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that will end this evening, while then the snow continues in Labrador. But once we get into this evening again, then we're looking at the potential for snow squalls and snow flurries developing across the south coast, southeast coast, and eventually the west coast as we go through the day Wednesday. Snowfall forecast by Tuesday evening. By this evening, across most of Newfoundland, up to 25 centimeters, except along the south coast, up to 40 centimeters is going to be possible if it hasn't fallen already. And into Labrador, this is again by this evening now, up to 40 centimeters from Goose Bay to the western half of the Eagle River area, around Churchill Falls in the Churchill Valley, and just to the southwest of Nain. Lab City, much of the coast, up to 15 centimeters, but as we get toward Cartwright Junction and down toward the Strait of Belle Isle, we're looking up to 25 centimeters by this evening. So I hope you found this informative. Kind of a lot going on out there right now, and as I peer out the window here in Torbay, the snow is just beginning to ramp up. And it will do that. Again, the snow is going to ramp up in intensity, and this is what we're going to see throughout most of the day. Stay safe and stay tuned for further updates as I can bring them to you as we go throughout the morning.